Today I'm going to talk about how you play the harmonic parts in Czardas. So harmonics can be tricky. It's kind of like double stoppings on a single string. So let's take a look at the harmonics part in Czardas. So you can see here there's a D and a G. So the G note is kind of like a diamond shape, and the D note is a crotchet D. So how do you play that? You put your first finger on the A string in third position. You're going to press it hard, okay? And then you're going to play the G with your fourth finger on the A string. You can check it on the E string. This is the D. Okay, so you can practice it this way. Make sure you get the G in tune. So this is the interval. This is what where you're gonna press when you play the harmonic. And now you have to lightly place your fourth finger on the G on the A string where the G should be. So this is the note. This is when you lift it slightly and just lightly touching the string, and you play it with your bow. You hear a high register sound. The high register sound is actually a D, but at a really high register. So that's a perfect fourth. This interval is a perfect fourth, and when you lightly touch this finger on the string, it gives you a really high register of the note itself, the D note. Okay, some things you gotta make sure is that you press the D hard enough and make sure it's in tune. And you have to make sure the G is in tune, but you lightly touch the string. And then the third thing you need to notice is your bow speed. Make sure you have a fast bow. If you play it slowly, the harmonic is not gonna sound. And then now you lift your finger so your finger is lightly touching the string. This is when it's pressed down. This is just lightly touching the string, and you play. Okay? Let's put those two together. This is the first harmonic. You can practice it this way too. So you play the actual note, D, G, lift your fourth finger so it's lightly touching the string, and then you play the harmonic. Oops. Okay. And okay. The next one is a B. So you play B, and then E. Lift your fourth finger a bit, and you can hear the higher register sound. And the next one is a D, A, and D. So for open strings, if the bottom note is an open string, you don't have to press anything. You just have to put your third finger lightly on the string. There you go. And now the next note, it's a G and a C natural. Perfect fourth chord. G. Use your first finger because you need your fourth finger to play the harmonic, because you need a perfect fourth. You're not going to play with your third finger, or else it's, the harmonic wouldn't come out. Okay. Next one. And you can shift it back to F sharp and B. Some people like to use the third finger if you have two consecutive 2 consecutive 1-4, 1-4, like the G, C natural, F, and B. Some people use 1-4 and 1-3, so it depends on you. I prefer 1-4 because I prefer to just shift it back a little instead of like changing fingers all the time. But keep in mind, when you go down, the gap has to be wider. The perfect fourth gap has to be wider when you go down. And when you go up, the perfect fourth gap, which is the 1-4 gap, will be smaller and smaller and smaller. So just remember to adjust your fingers when you move. Let's start from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 note. The G and the C natural. G, C. So that's how you're going to practice it, by playing the bottom one, the high one, and then you lift the fourth finger or third finger, depends which one you're using. Now I'm going to play for you the whole thing, the actual passage, without the separating the chords, just to let you know how it sounds like. All in all, a few points you need to watch out. The first one is to keep your perfect fourth interval correct. Make sure it's in tune. First finger has to be really pressing down hard, and the fourth finger has to lift slightly. You can practice it in broken chords style, just to make sure that you catch the right notes. And the second very important thing is make sure that you have a fast moving bow, because if you don't move it fast enough, the harmonics is not going to sound. So if you notice just now, my bow was moving quite a lot to get the sound coming out of the violin. So that's all for today, and thank you so much.